So that was for one example 2-level unitary, but this will always be true. So this will always be true for 2-level unitaries. And we'll do one more quick example and to see the general construction. So the first thing, step one, will be swap columns or rows, however you want to do it first. The second step will be implement a controlled U tilde operation, but with more qubits, it's going to be generally and usually controlled on more than one qubit. So I'll have a C to the n here. And then the third step will be swap rows. Let's now see the example in the textbook, and this will give us the general strategy. So this is the 3-qubit example. Let's suppose I want to implement the following 2-level matrix. So it's 8 by 8, A, B, C, D, zeros everywhere except there should be 6 ones on the diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So 3-qubit matrix, 8 by 8 matrix, A, B, C, D. We again form the submatrix U tilde being A, B, C, D. And now, just like before with the simpler 2-qubit example, I want to do some column swaps and some row swaps to make this U look like some controlled U tilde operation. Okay? That's the first step always. That's why we're doing this. Let's see how to do that. So this U only acts on, non-trivially, on the 0, 0, 0 and the 1, 1, 1 state. So explicitly, U acting on the 0, 0, 0 state will be A 0, 0, 0 plus B 1, 1, 1. And then on the 1, 1 state, I'll get C 0, 0, 0 plus D 1, 1, 1. Okay? You see that from this matrix. All the other computational basis states don't change. The only non-trivial action is on these 2 basis vectors, hence the name 2-level unitary. So I want to sort of get 0, 0, 0 and 1, 1, 1 next to each other in the same sense that we were doing in this example by swapping some of the rows and some of the columns. So what we'll do, let's index these bits as capital A, capital B, and C. We're starting in 0, 0, 0, and I know I want to end in, or get closer to 1, 1, 1. In the same way that this anti-controlled NOT swapped 2 of the columns, a general multi-controlled NOT will also swap 2 of the columns. And those 2 columns will differ in exactly 1 bit. So it's convenient to find a path from the starting point, 0, 0, 0, to the ending point, where the intermediate steps only differ by 1 bit. Okay? So I'll write down an example of that. We could first change the 3rd bit to be, for example, 0, 0, 1. So now the second state in our sort of path differs by the first state only in the 3rd bit. Okay? And then we could do this for 0, I only need one more, 0, 1, 1. So this 3rd state differs from the 2nd state, again, only in 1 place. And then same thing for the last one. This is known as a gray code. A gray code is a path between bit strings where the intermediate states only differ by 1 bit. It appears in a lot of applications, information theory, error correction, so it has a special name. We call this a gray code. But why do I care about this? The only reason I care about this is that I know I have a circuit operation for going between bit strings that only change in 1 bit. Okay? So for example, to implement this transformation, 0, 0, 0 goes to 0, 0, 1, I would follow the same reasoning as we did in the previous example. I want a circuit operation which flips the 3rd bit if the first 2 bits are 0. That will be now a doubly controlled, or a Toffoli gate, but with open controls. So this circuit operation, or this transformation, can be implemented by the following circuit. And hopefully you can justify to yourself why this is true. If the first two bits are 0, flip the third bit. So that will change 000 to 001, and it will change 001 to 000. Okay? And all the other ones, it won't change. Now, what about this second step? So to go from 001 to 011, well, I'm changing the second bit, so that's where the target's going to be. And then I need to control on 0 for the first one and control on 1 for the last one. So as a circuit, you just read it off, from this gray code, what it would look like. That would be, I'm controlling on 0 on the first bit. I want the target to be on the second bit, so now that's the one I'm going to be changing. And then the third bit, I'm controlling on the 1 state. So that would look like this. Okay. So control on 0, control on 1, flip the middle bit. Okay. Now, the only last question is, and you might have to work out a few examples to see the pattern, but what it will be is that the bits that are the same are the ones that you do the control in the controlled U tilde on, and the bit that they differ is the one where you do the target. Okay? So this whole unitary as a circuit, this one will be equal to the following 3-qubit circuit. I'm going to implement this change of states, this swapping of first columns, by doing the first anti-controlled Toffoli. Then I'll do the second one. So that is control on 0, target, control on 1. Now I'm ready to do the controlled U tilde. I look to see what bits are the same. Those are the ones that I control on. And then the target is the bit where they differ. So that is control on the third bit, control on the second bit, target U tilde. And then, in the same way that I had to swap both the rows and the columns, so first the columns, now I have to undo this. Now I have to swap the rows as well. So that will be the same sequence of controlled swaps or permutations in the reverse order. So final circuit for doing this, 2-level unitary on 3 qubits, will look like this. This general example will always be true. So we're just about at time now, so we'll just recap next time, and I'll write down this sort of general strategy. And then now you have to ask yourself, OK, well, how do I do these multi-controlled operations in terms of CNOTs and single qubit operations? Well, we worked that out. Remember, we had a doubly controlled unitary. We had a general construction to do that for the square root of the unitary, if we could find what that is. And in particular, we wrote down what that was for the Toffoli gate. Okay? So we could write each one of these in terms of single qubit operations and CNOTs. And then we have a final circuit in terms of single qubit operations and CNOTs. We'll write it down next time, but as an exercise, continue thinking about this. How many single qubit operations and CNOTs would it take to do each of these, and then in general for the final circuit? And then you'll have a sort of general expression for the complexity for a 2-level unitary.